The views expressed on this program are those of the producers and individuals appearing on this program and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Sun Prairie Media Center staff, its video service providers, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
You are now listening to the Allen and DJ Show on 103.5 FM WLSP-LP, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. We're here to talk about self-improvement, lifestyle, and becoming the very best version of yourself.
You're now listening to the Allen and DJ Show.
Yo, 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 Sun Prairie, Milwaukee, and all the surrounding areas. Welcome once again to the Allen and DJ Show. Let's do this, man. And I go by the name Allen.
And this is your boy DJ.
Man, how everybody doing today, man?
Doing pretty good.
I'm doing good too, man.
For sure. William J. Smith made it here safely. Hey, just a little brief story, though. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was kind of scared of them deers, man. One was coming down the hill, and you know how I was getting. I said, somebody help me, please. Somebody please help me. And DJ like, man, come on, Al. There's a classic Al right here.
Uh-huh.
Hey, man, look, dude. Look, man. You know my nerves be bad. I'm already trying to get this content created in the car, and I was just, but I was losing it. So, DJ, man, what's the word today, man? What we doing today?
Man, we're going to talk about mental health, but, like, I was dealing with this client, and, like, she was having a rough time, and I figured, like, we'll do this podcast to, like, help her out.
Cool. Well, whoever having mental health out there, good or bad, like, it's okay sometimes, like, not to be okay. And, man, we're going to dive deep. But what we want to do specifically, let's talk about the downside of mental health.
Okay. Like, before we start on that, like, I just want to throw this out there. Like, this show is not meant for people to, like, we're not taking personal shots at people. We're not attacking anybody. This show is here to help you. We're just giving you basic information, and we're relating it to our lives so we can make sure that we can help you out as much as we can.
Most definitely.
And it's going to be shows on here where you're going to feel uncomfortable. And if that's the case, then we just advise you don't watch the show or don't listen to the show.
There you go.
And that's for anybody. Like, that's not targeted towards a single person. That's targeted to anybody that tune into the show.
Hey, and I agree. It's going to be some topics or some conversations sometimes that just need to be had. And, if it doesn't resonate with you, you know what to do. Let's don't watch it. But anywho, though, let's get into it. So mental health, like, it's a touchy subject, I feel like, at times, because a lot of people run away from it, or, like, even with the power of social media these days, people front like their life is just glorious. Yeah. And maybe to a degree it might be.
Yeah.
But, man, come on now. You got to give the good, bad, and the ugly. Like, we all have bad days. Like, just because you see DJ, look like he's coming up now, he happy, or Allen doing this thing, that don't mean that I don't have bad days. Like, mental health is real. So we're going to dive real deep on this and talk about the downside of mental health.
All right. The first topic we're going to talk about as far as, like, mental health is from the state of, like, childhood traumas.
See, and that's crazy because childhood traumas, man, like, I had a pretty good childhood. I'm not going to sit there and lie like I have, but it was also dark days too. Days that could shape you up to what you're going to become in your life today. You know what I'm saying? So it all stems with home values and everything that you've been through. So, like, it was times when, we was doing good. It was times when we wasn't doing good financially. It was times when, you see, like, the other kids on the block, they're getting to stop the ice cream truck, and everybody getting ice cream and whatever the case may be, and y'all trying to figure out, hey, how we gonna keep the lights on? Yep. That does something to your mind mentally. You're like, man, like, why all these kids having what I'm not having? And that's how things start to, like, build in the brain at a young age. Either you're gonna sink or you're gonna swim. So some people rise up from it, have this go-getter mentality about themselves. Some people just kind of sink, man.
Yep. And for me, like, it's a little bit different because like me growing up in a 2-family household, like you obviously witnessed that as well, Al.
For sure.
But I witnessed it shorter than you. But it's crazy because like the person that was taking care of me when I was young turned out when I was like 13 years old, ended up not being the person that was supposed to really take care of me.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
Yo, dive deep on that. So,
All right, like I'm gonna tell you like this. Like one day, like me and my cousin was outside playing, and this car rolled up, and this perfect stranger just came out of the blue, raised his window down, and was like, "Hey, I'm related to you." I'm like, "No, you ain't." I'm like,
What?
Who are you?" And he told me his name, and after that, I was like, "Nah, you ain't related to me. Like that person's in the house." And he was like, "Nah, your mom lied to you." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? My mom lied to me." So I ran in the house, and I was like, "Ma, somebody outside claiming like that's my pops." And I'm like, "My dad right here." And my dad had my stepfather had his head down. And I'm looking at him like, "Why you have your head down, bro?"
wow.
And my mom was like angry. And she hurried up and ran. Like, she didn't say nothing. She ran outside. And she was like, "Hey, I got a restraining order on you, and you need to leave these premises right now." And he left. And they took me back in the house and was like, "Yeah, we got something to tell you. Yeah, the person that's raising you right now as your father is not really your father. He's your stepfather."
Dang. So, DJ, elaborate on this for me, man.
Yeah.
In that moment, how did you feel? Like, what was the turning point? Because I know something changed you from that point on.
Yeah, like my relationship with my mom, like until now, really wasn't the same. Like I was like, "Ma, you lied to me, bro." And like I got like real rebellious towards her. So like I started messing up in school on purpose. Like I had good grades up to that point, and like I started messing up in school on purpose. I started skipping school. I basically like was in and out of the house. Like I stayed out late.
Wow.
Like, it was even times where, like, I'll go to, like, certain places, like, with my friends and stuff like that. And I didn't even have a care in the world at the time. But that affected me mentally because, like, the person that I should be able to trust the most, my own flesh and blood, my mom,
Right.
you betrayed me.
Dang. Man, you know what? No, that's crazy, man. Like, now, I haven't been through nothing like that, you know what I'm saying, per se, because, like I said, once again, I had a pretty good childhood coming up. I'm not going to sit there in front like that. You know, we played tag. We did all the things that kids would do, which is, you don't really see that no more these days. I couldn't see the last time I seen girls jumping double dutch.
Yeah.
That's just food for thought. It's, you know, you just don't see that no more. You know, tablets are out now, but anywho. I just remember just, getting lied to a lot as a kid.
Okay.
And you know, like that could do something to your mind, man, because then it start building trust issues, you know what I mean? Like whether, you know, like your older cousin say, you know, "Hey, look, I'm gonna come and get you this weekend," because, you know, it's times when I just wanted to get out the house, or, you know, I wanted to spend the night by my cousin's house, and, you know, you thinking that, okay, like I get to spend the night by my cousin's house, hang with my cousin, but, you know, you're looking out the window, you're like, okay, I know they're finna come and get me. You know what I'm saying? Like I had my bag ready and everything. And, you know, like, okay, 2 hours went by. Okay, it's cool. You know, I know you're gonna come and get me.
Yeah.
And, you know, repeatedly, I went through this a lot sometimes in my life. You know what I mean? And when starting notice it was getting dark, I'm like, dang, you know, like, man, like calling, you know, cousin never came through. And, you know, it was kind of like that want me kind of feel. You know, I'm like, dang, man, you know, like this what people gonna do to me my whole life? Because at this point I'm 8 years old. Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
I just had lost my older brother. He died, and then my older sister died in 2016.
Yeah.
And you know, like I had started to like kind of go through a depression from the age of 8 all the way through, knowing that I'm like, okay, dang, like it's just me by myself in my life. Like thank God for cousins and my dad and stuff like that, but it's nothing like that brotherly figure that like I've been yearning for. So sometimes when I meet different friends and stuff, like I try to look for it, for like a brotherhood within them. And sometimes like I might have over pushed too hard. But it's times when I feel like they lied to me like it was the end of the world. And sometimes like I cut people off that didn't deserve to get cut off. But it was just I had bad trust issues. And that was just a sign of mental health. Like I didn't know if you was going to use me or play me or whatever the case may be. Because sometimes when you got all the sodas inside your house on the block, yeah, you know how it is. Like you used to order wrestling back then and all the kids want to come through. But you know in the back of your mind, you just like, man, I really look at them as brothers, but they just using you.
Yeah.
And then when you find out that, you know, you've been talked about behind your back or, you know, you're being used or, you know, like, man, I'm telling you, like, this stuff was, like, I can't make this stuff up. Like, I used to live on the east side. And y'all know how it was. It was roaches and rats and everything. I'm just keeping it a bean. And when people talking out about your house at a young age, like, that affects you. Like, it does something to your mind. And either you going to sink or you going to swim. So it's a turning point where you got to be like, you know what? I can't stand this depression forever. You know what I mean? And that is one part of depression that I beat. But I'm just saying in so many words, it's like you either gonna sink or you gonna swim. Like I was one of the ones that I said, you know what? I'm determined to change my situation, no matter what it takes, in my family situation. Because even though like my dad was a great leader, because I looked up to my dad, man. Like my dad was just like everything that I wanted to be in a man. So it was like, okay, it's up for me to do it now. And whoosh, bring me to 2016, bro.
Yeah.
Which is like a super duper depression I went through. I remember like it was yesterday at work. I was listening to some music. Life Goes On, actually, by an artist. Y'all know who he is. And so it was just crazy. It was just an odd day, kind of gloomy. And I remember, I think you went to go do something or somewhere around her at that time. You know, like I was just like, hey, bro, like when you come up here, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it was like around the time it was like the NCAA tournament. Yeah. And I said, yo, like I got some money, but go downstairs to the ATM for me. And after I gave you my debit card. Mm-hmm. And just remember getting this phone call. And when one of the girls in the kitchen was like, telephone, I said, okay. Then my sister called. She crying. And I'm like, sis, like, why you crying? Like, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody touch you or like, what's going on? You know, I'm ready to bug up now. And she was like, nah, Shawanda died. I'm like, what? And Shawanda's my sister name, but I used to call her Wan Wan for short. Wan Wan, I hope you watching, man. God rest your soul, man. And I shot the phone against the wall so hard, and I just remember running out. And Marcus was running behind me. And I broke down and I cried like a baby. Because that was like my basketball buddy. She was like everything to me. And I think for like 2.5 years straight, I hit a depression. I gave up acting for a long time. Didn't really trust nobody. I remember like, you have to come through, Al. You come, nah, bro, I'm good. You know what I mean? And that was something that I had to get help on. Like I had to learn how to get over that and deal with that. And, you know, that does something to your mind, man. Like, it was just moments when I felt like, hey, you know what? I got to get out of this funk. Like, because my sister wouldn't want me to be this way. She always wanted me to get into acting. She loved when we used to travel, DJ. Yeah. And, you know, like, it was something that, you know, that traumatized me. And I had to get over it. And I had to learn how to start extending my hand out and trusting people. Because I didn't trust people back then. Like, because I got used so much. So it was like, man, I don't know what your ulterior motive is. Like, how I know that you down for me? And people have to flip over backwards to say, Al, I'm not what other people did to you in the past. But that was like some mental stuff I had to go through as part of my mental health. Like I had to like learn how to trust people, and I had to get over that depression.
Like, no, it's crazy because like I remember Wan Wan like it was yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Like, she was like y'all two was like real close. Like out of all your sisters, like
yes,
like she was like the closest to you. As far as like, man, like y'all had the same likes, y'all had the same dislikes. Man, y'all both love sports, especially basketball.
Oh like, man, we both loved LeBron James. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, and even when I first started off at my job, I talked about LeBron like crazy. I used to drive people crazy with that, but that was everything to me, man, and that hurted me. Like it really did, and I went into a serious depression.
Yep. All right, now we're gonna go off into what would cause somebody to have bad mental health.
Man, like that's like a real touchy subject because, you know what I'm saying, like anything in this world that we going through, whether it came from like the whole COVID-19 situation, like that was a tough time 3 or 4 years ago. Like people had the social distance and people mental was gone. Like you was doing stuff that you never thought you see yourself doing. So, you know, like some symptoms of that could just be like emotional outbursts. Like some people had emotional outbursts because like they didn't have a job. Like they lost their job.
Yeah.
And they trying to do whatever they can to provide food on the table. But it was just emotional outbursts, sleeping disorders.
Yeah.
Because if I ain't getting no income, I can't sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is anything that you can name, DJ, that, you know, people probably went through?
Like I said, like somebody that like childhood traumas will cause it, or anything in the past that happened to you that'll cloud your mind or anything like that. Like it'll cause you to go through your mental state, or it'll question your mental state at times. And like you can also go through fatigue.
Yeah.
Like at work, like you start to get tired, or some people, to an extent, be in denial about it. Like you'll be like, bro, you got an issue, and they be like, oh no, I don't. And I'm like, bro, you have an issue. Like, why you keep rearranging this deck of cards the way that you rearranging the deck of cards?
Yeah.
And if you constantly keep doing it, like that's kind of an issue, bro.
Most definitely. And some people feel guilty, bro. Like they feel guilty that, okay, because you got to think about it. That's why I always preach about getting out of your comfort zone. In order to be successful, you got to get out of your comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
And during this whole COVID time frame, and even till today, you see people still had their jobs at the time. Some people had businesses, right?
Yeah.
That's why I always preach not to get comfortable, because some people, life got snatched from up under them like a rug gets snatched from up under your foot. And then it was like the sense of, I don't know what to do. Then you feel like you let your family down. Then you feel like you let your kids down. Or, you know, you might have let your daughters down and looked at you like a hero. Or, you know, you might have let your son down and looked at you like a superhero. And now it's the sense of guilt, like I failed you. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's all mental. That's all mental. And you feel worthiness.
Yeah.
You feel worthless. Like, you just feel like, dude, like, I shouldn't even be here. So now that's creeping down another realm of like, some people take their life away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like they had it all before and they lost it. And not knowing that, you know, if you get help, you can get all this stuff back. It's just a dark period in your life that you go through. Yeah. But what about appetite loss, man?
Oh yeah. Like I didn't go through this a lot, but it was times where like let's say like I went through like a breakup or something like that. Like I have a loss of appetite at times. Yeah. Like that sent me into like a deep depression, and then the depression got worse. So eventually I lost my appetite after a while, and like usually I have like a huge I have like hunger pains because like I always want to eat something, but at that particular time when I was going through what I was going through and when I was depressed, like I couldn't eat.
Man. And you know, we all been here for each other, right? Ups and downs, right? Relationships that we all dealt with. You know, times when, you know, as brothers, you know, we came through and said, hey, you know, we got your back, you know, we got to big you up. But a lot of people in the world don't have that. No. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it so much of a touchy subject for me, because I could be going through something and I'm in a world by myself. Like, I can't talk to this person. This person's just as jacked up as I am. Or this person is in a whole nother lane. Yeah. Or this person think they're too up and they would never understand me. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't have people to talk to. That's why I encourage certain programs out here. You know, they got programs where you can get you a big brother, or you can get you a big sister. And, you know what I'm saying, like, that guide you. And, you know what I'm saying, like, somebody that you could just have somebody spend time with you. And, you know, I'm one of them dudes where my line is always open. You can always talk to me.
Yeah.
And I done been through that before, man. You know, like, you feel like you didn't have nobody. And this way before you brothers came into the picture, man. I lost one of my other close friends. And I lost my relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man. And then around the time frame, my job started messing with me. So, I mean, that does something to your mind mentally.
Yeah.
And I remember like it was yesterday. And shout out to Mr. Make It Happen, because he was with me through this whole process, through the real gritty beginning. Then DJ came through in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I just remember, bro, crying in the backyard, on the picnic table, crying. Like, my mental was gone. And I was not okay. I feel like I didn't have nobody, dude. I didn't have nobody.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was just like, I just remember praying to the Most High. And I said, if you could just send me 2 to 3 friends, I'll be cool. I'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that I feel like I could trust and somebody that would understand me.
Yeah.
And, boy, does he have mysterious ways of working. One friend got switched out for another. You know what I'm saying? And we still, especially in the beginning, like me and DJ didn't trust each other like that. It was like, hey, okay, bro, you don't know you neither.
Yeah.
We cool. Like, we got some similar likes and dislikes, but I don't know if you using me or not, because we both was messed up. Like, he was messed up from a mental standpoint of he was second guess himself. And I'm like, DJ, you could do it. Because he had the physical strengths in the world. Like, this dude is a world-class athlete, a beast. But something was weak up here. And where I was strong at, he was weak at. And where I was weak at, he was strong at. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was times when, you know, I had trust issues. Like I said, I didn't believe in myself on certain things to a degree. Or, you know, like, I'd be scared to go in that audition. And I'd be like, nah, you know what, DJ, I just want to go home. Because mentally, I've been traumatized. Stop trying to be an actor or stop trying to be a model. That's pie in the sky. You ain't going to do it. So if people keep telling you in your life that you ain't going to do it, you'll start to believe that. Especially when it comes to, like, loved ones and stuff.
Yeah.
And you already lost everything around you at this time, so you just kind of feel like, man, what else? Okay, whatever. Well, forget it. I'm just going to be a loser. But you got to ask yourself, too, like a second gear has to kick in, motivation.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is real, man.
Yeah. Like, for me, I went through a depression state, like I told y'all about my childhood and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I went through that for a while, and like it took me a while to develop a relationship with my mom again after a while. And also, like, after my stepfather passed away, like, I basically went back into a depression just because of the fact that he was the only person I was able to go to as a mentor and able to guide me through, like, the processes of life. But after he passed away, I didn't have nobody. Like, I couldn't go to my mom. I couldn't go to my family.
Yeah.
I couldn't go to certain people because, like, certain people would tell you, like, oh, you need to get over it and you need to do this and you need to do that. And I'm like, bro, it's not that simple, bro.
Right.
Like, and, like, I went through a depression because I didn't know how to handle this. Like, everybody was asking me at the funeral, like, how are you taking this so well? And I was like, in my mind, I'm not. But on the outside, I had to put on this face because everybody else is breaking down.
Right.
And, like, having to deal with that and having to be the anchor for, like, your family,
Man.
and for your friends or anybody else that's around you, but on the inside you suffering.
Yeah.
So it hit me later on.
Man.
So, like, when like sometimes, like, I'll tell Al, like, hey, I'm gonna go do this by myself, or hey, Al would be like, hey, you going to the gym? I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna just go by myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's me dealing with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, cause like, on an emotional standpoint, like, in order for me to, like, handle it or to be able to take on what I need to take on, I need to be mentally prepared for it. So I try to get my mental together by being alone at times.
And, you know, that's totally understandable because everybody cope with things in a different type of way. Like, I advise you not to go out to bars and have drinks and stuff like that, but that's the way some people cope with things. And
Yep.
who am I to tell you what to do, right?
Yep.
But another serious traumatizing situation happened to me in 2019. And I should have knew something wasn't right. And like, I believe he was passing away as our producer, William J. Smith, was calling me. He was like, hey, bro, the boss want to know if you want to come in and pick up a few extra hours. I'm like, man, I ain't coming in today, man. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my day off. I'm going to take my day off. I just remember all this stuff like it was yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. And this is June 7th. So, like, that day is embarking upon us. And it hurted so bad, man. A hot summer day. So I went by, like my dad's house and tried to wake him up. And I'm like, hey, yo, Pops, wake up. You got to go to your heart doctor appointment. He wasn't moving. And I hit him in the leg again and said, oh, man, wake up. He's like, we got to go to the heart doctor appointment. You got to. I turned him over and, he was dead. He had a stroke and a heart attack. And there was blood all over the pillow and everything, man. And that's traumatizing. And I went into another depression again. Because a little bit after that, COVID-19 happened. So you could tell my mind was messed up. It's like when it rains, it pours. When things go right, here comes a storm. Like, this around the time when we got our first agents and everything. So I'm just finally swimming out of stuff. But then Pops passed away. Yep. So now I hit another depression. Now I'm just like, dude, I just lost my sister 3 years before that. And they both died the same way. They died in their sleep. And I was in a really dark space. And people didn't mean no harm. They're like, hey, look, I'm sorry, that you're going through what you're going through. And, sorry for your loss. And that's all cool, but that's the last thing you trying to hear, man. Mm-hmm. With all due respect, you like, dude, just give me my space, yo. Leave me alone, man. But I went through another depression that the fellas once again had to beg me out of. And my family did too, They was like, hey, your pops won't want you to give up like that. He needs you to be a leader. And, it was something that, I had to take time to get over, but, I ended up, eventually getting over it. And I think going into 2021, I started to just kind of hit the ground running. But what are some of the symptoms that you feel like people are dealing with out here, DJ, that has, because there's many different forms of mental health.
Yeah.
So, like, tell me about some of the symptoms that are out here.
Like I said, like, some people feel guilty. Like I said, like, before we said emotional outbursts, like, depression can occur from it, and like people can have like sleeping disorders from it, like night sweats, all that type of stuff can result from that.
But tell me about some of the this, and this is crazy because I really want to dive deep into this because these are names of like certain mental illnesses that people might have, like certain disorders that people might have.
All right, like this is gonna. All right, now we're going to talk about the disorders that come from if you don't take the proper precautions to get the help that you need. This is what can cause you to go into like a mental breakdown, or this is what type of disorders that can formulate from you not taking the precautions to actually seek help. So some of the disorders would be like ADHD, PTSD, DID, schizophrenia, and other personality disorders. But I'm gonna dive deep into one in particular because like that one kind of hit home because Al know this person and Will was like on the tail end of like meeting this person, but like this person worked at the job that we used to work at.
Yeah.
She was going through this disorder. Like she gave me like names of the person that she was when she was that particular person and everything. And the disorder is called DID, dissociative identity disorder. And I'm gonna give you the definition. It's a medical condition in which somebody will have multiple and distinct personalities. The various identities that control that person's behavior at different times in their life. The condition is caused by the condition causes memory loss, delusional states, and you can go into a depression. And the cause of it is past traumas.
Man.
And like,
wow.
Yeah, it's deep, dude. Like But it was crazy because like this person, we're gonna, for the sake of the podcast, we're gonna say her name is DA. But y'all know who I'm really talking about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
But DA, like, she had 3 different personalities. Like, I used to talk to her all the time about it. But she wanted to tell other people, but she didn't know how other people would handle it. But she trusted me enough to tell me all of her personalities. And I was able to handle it, which I don't understand how I was able to handle it like, as young as I was, dude.
Shoot, you crazy.
I was like, baby, I was crazy too, dog.
Hey, because like my younger self would have been like, man, you crazy as a mud, man. Oh no, dog, I'm good, bro. Oh, no, I'm good, man. Like, but like I should have knew something wasn't right because she was calling herself certain names, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember her friend wanted to tell me something, but she just didn't know how to tell me.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting next to her at the football game, like the game you were playing in.
Yeah.
And then I wonder why she get real emotional. Like, stop! Don't hit him like that. I'm like, dude, it's football. You gotta calm down. Like, just what they do. Yeah, but they can't hit him that hard. I'm like, you gotta relax. The one morning she got real happy-ish, like a kid.
Yeah.
And she said, let's go get some, those walking nachos and stuff like that at the time. And I'm like, all right, dirty, cool. Like,
Yeah.
let's do that. But I'm like, why is she so happy? She has signs and stuff and told me to scream, so I started screaming too. But I just should have knew something wasn't right, though. I just felt like something was off. But I was so young at the time. We talking about 10 plus years ago. Like, I was in a different mind frame.
Yeah. Like, she wanted to tell you, but she didn't know how you was going to handle it. And I know the other chick, Ty, like, she wanted to tell you too, but she felt like it wasn't the right time to tell you because she didn't know your maturity level as well.
Man.
But, like, she had 3 distinct personalities. Like, she was DA, which was technically herself, which was which was like her shy self and her honest self. So like she was brutally honest with you. When she was brutally honest with you, and when she was shy, that was her. That was all the way her. Yeah. But like she had another side. She called herself Monique, and she really was like telling me, and I'm processing this. I'm like, this girl crazy, dog. No, but anyway, like that was her. Monique was her spontaneous side and her sexy side. So like she was always either like in that frame, she was always either like horny or she was always let's go do this, let's go do that, like like in the spur of the moment. Like I'd be like, man, we finna go to the football game. Okay, let's go. You don't even like football. I don't care. Let's go. I'm like,
yeah,
okay. Nah, she really was like that.
Oh yeah, like that's how she flipped real quick to go get those walking nachos. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Okay.
And she was always happy in that state.
Yeah.
And the other state was Mary, where like I know you witnessed that quite a bit, dude. And that was like her angry side.
Yeah.
But it was her protective side too. Like she, like the people that she was close to, she protected them, and the anger streak came out.
Yeah, I think and this had to be in one particular situation where I think a chick was kind of flirting with you.
Yeah,
and she was really getting mad. She was like, she's really starting to make me mad, and she started like cringing up and stuff. I'm like, yo, DJ, yo, chill, bro. Like, you're like, man, what, bro? I'm good. You know, he a jock at the time, got all the girls and stuff. And I'm like, but DJ, chill, bro. She really flipping out, bro.
Yeah.
And then I think when you went to go play semi-pro football, NFL Columbine, I think.
It was that, and then like it was the arena offer that I got.
Yeah. And you was about to leave, and she went crazy. But that was like a side that really scared me too. So I should have caught on to some of the stuff then. But you thinking at the time when you young, like you're not even thinking about stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you sit back and you reflect on stuff later as like certain things happen in life, and you be like, wow, that's crazy, man.
And we also, me and you also witnessed like another disorder like that somebody actually did go through quite a bit. You remember like when we used to go down to this bar in Stone Bank? I think it was called like the Boondocks or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and like this dude, for the sake of the podcast, we'll just say C.
Yeah,
or
got you.
we just say C. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Like C, like he was with like a beautiful woman and stuff like that. Like she was gorgeous, but like he'd have like these mental breakdowns from like when he was back like serving his country, and like when he'd come back, he'd have these emotional outbursts, or he even had these outbursts of like he wants to be alone, or he'll like try to put his hands on the particular girl, and like half the time she wouldn't have did anything wrong, but like he always told us like when he was close to that state, or like when he was going through what he was going through, and he told us like, oh yeah, I suffer from this all the time, and a lot of people can't handle it, and like they couldn't handle it because like he'll always have those outbursts. Like we probably was the only ones that was able to calm him down at that particular time. And we was able to keep him steady. But like the minute we leave, 2 or 3 days later, he'll go through another outburst. And we'd be like, man, C did that again?
Yeah.
Or C did that? Or C did this? Like one time, his aunt called me and was like, hey, can you call C? I'm like, why? She was like, well, he needs somebody to talk to. So I called him, never answered the phone. Like, never answered the phone. And I'm like, he's not answering the phone. She was like, yeah, he's not answering my phone calls either. Like, can you drive down to the Boondocks and see, like, is he still there? I'm like, man, I'm all the way in Milwaukee. I ain't driving all the way down there.
Right.
You tripping.
Oh, man, Oconomowoc County is not a hop, skip, and jump. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And like, I'm like, man, I ain't driving all the way down there. I was like, I could Facebook him and try. And I was like, let me see if Al got his number too. Let me see if like he could call him. And Al called him. He still wouldn't answer. And then it was like 12 o'clock at night, like 12:30.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he texted me. It was like, what's going on, brother? I'm like, what? Like, I was like,
I remember that.
I'm like, you okay? Like, your auntie blowing up my phone, asking me like, what's going on? Like, is you okay? Like, you had another episode. He was like, oh no, I'm okay, brother. Like, everything's fine. But thank you for being concerned about me, man. I was like, hey, tomorrow, like, let's meet up at the Boondocks and we can talk. And I'll even bring Al.
Yep.
And that's when the next day we came up there.
Had that conversation.
Had the conversation with him.
And he actually felt better. And like, this boils back to my point once again. Like, sometimes people just need people to talk to, man, because that could cause a depression within itself.
Yeah.
And like me, I suffer from ADHD. And let me break that down. Like everybody know how I am. I have to be first at everything. I have to win at everything. My fragrance got to be organized a certain way. My niche at the top, Macy's at the bottom. I mean, when in the middle, and Bath and Body Works stuff at the bottom. So like certain stores, there are certain like brand of stores I go to. Like I have to have certain things presented in a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And DJ be like, dude, it's not that serious, Al. I'm like, nah, like. No, like I gotta have my hair cut like this, and like I'm in a barber chair taking all day because my beard and everything have to be presented a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And that's just something that just, I don't know, it's been rooted in me as a kid. Maybe I'm cursed with it, but like I just can't help it.
Yeah.
Sometimes like I have to make sure like my script is sitting in front of me a certain type of way, and I'm not afraid to admit that, and I think everybody know that Alan is like that. Gotta be number one.
Yeah.
If I ain't number one, I really don't sleep. Like I would call DJ, like, bro, I can't believe I lost. Like, dude, bro, really? It's like 2:30 in the morning, dude. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Will, man, you know what? We gotta go back and go work more harder at this, cause like I should have tweaked this just a little bit more better than that. Like, Al, the self-tape can't get no more better than what it is. Nah, like it's something that I can do.
Yeah.
And, I got a problem with that. And, like sometimes I'm, like I'm trying to work on it.
Yeah.
But, like I'm just being real because, I want to be real with my viewers and my and the audience that, we're creating. Like, I just want to be real and like authentic as I can. Like, I have a problem with that and I'm trying to work on that. But That just always been me. Like, if you're trying to go 3 steps above me, then I'm trying to go 5 steps above you, because like, you know, I just want to be higher than you. And like, I was man, like, I can't believe, like, I was arguing with a 15-year-old because
Hey,
it
you
was
really
going at
was,
it.
dude.
It was going at it about stories, and I'm like, well, you know what? Like, I could top that one. And he's like, no, but I could top that. And I said, okay, but like, but you know what though? Like, I gotta say that I'll top that story. And DJ and Will like, dude, come on, bro, really?
Like, dog, you
Where you
argue
get
with-
Al going?
I'm like, you argue with a 15-year-old, bro.
He
Man, I
been
can't-
doing that for a good 30 minutes too.
Man, like we was supposed to
Man.
leave, and he was arguing with a 15-year-old for like 30 extra minutes, dog.
So y'all sitting there 30 minutes telling stories.
But like, but like, that's always been my competitive nature. Like, that just always been me. Maybe it's just a Leo thing. I don't know, but I can't help it. Like, it's even to the point where sometimes, you know, like, I would sit back and think about things that people said to me, and I'm like, yo, I want to go out there and go play him right now. People like, dude, you serious? I'm like, no, because I always have to have the last word, or, you know, I always got to win.
Yeah.
And, you know, winning is everything to me. And maybe that's just a problem mentally that I have. Like, I remember times when, like, me and the fellas would play Uno or Spades or whatever. They'd be like, you know, I'm going to let Al win because I'm tired. You know what I mean? And, like, I get the ultimate satisfaction when I feel like I won. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not afraid to admit that. It is a problem, and I'm trying to work on it.
Man, it was even times where, like, when I was in like the best shape that I was in, like you was even or when you was in the best shape that you was in as well, like you even try to race me. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Get serious for like 2 seconds, dog. Like, you not beat me in no race, dog.
Man, like, because you know how they say, like, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Yeah.
My spirit was willing. Like, and true story. This how bad my ADHD was. Like, I would lift a certain amount of weights for so many amount of reps at the perfect exact number in a second. And I remember eating certain amount of foods and everything to get lean just to be him. And they're like, dude, you getting in shape just to be DJ? I said, DJ is the only person that I want to guard in basketball and football. I just want to guard him. I just want to say that I guarded him and, like, I could stop him. And people thought I was nuts. They're like, man, this dude is really crazy. He wants to be number one in everything he does. And that just having like real humor with this conversation, just to get on the humor side of things. But to lay, like, all jokes aside, though, that is a problem.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm really trying to work on that.
Yeah. And for here's the reality. Everybody in some form or fashion will have a disorder. Like, they're not going to have it long term, but they're going to suffer from some type of disorder, whether it's from your past or from your present. Like, it's going to like something that's going to happen in your life that's going to cause you to have some type of mental breakdown. Everybody in this world is going to have a mental breakdown. Everybody is going to suffer from some type of disorder, but in the small degree. Like, it's not going to be as, like, the episodes that we're talking about is from a dramatic standpoint. Like,
Yeah.
like people had this for years, but
Yeah.
like we're talking about like people that have it for like a couple days type deal.
Yeah.
And like we just trying to like give you like coping mechanisms, and we're trying to like let you know like we ain't perfect either. Like, even though like we're building our success and stuff like that, like we telling you
Sure.
like we got issues too that we're trying to work through as well.
Exactly.
So that's why we trying to let you know like it ain't no excuse on like why you not where you need to be, because everybody go through stuff. Everybody is suffering from something. Everybody goes through depression. Everybody goes through any type of mental illness. Like, your mental is always in check. I mean, always get questioned when it comes down to certain issues. Like, somebody pops die, or if somebody gets into a car accident, that all that affects people's mental
Yeah.
state of mind.
And, you know, tackling on that, man, it's like people might have empathy for you, but they're not going to have sympathy for you.
Yeah.
And everybody go through real life problems, G.
Yep.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
It ain't them. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
you know, like, people got to stop looking at the world like the world owed them something.
Yeah.
Like, we all got real life stuff going on. But don't nobody care? Like, I can have 5 sheets of paper with a list of my problems, for an example, or you might have certain bills you got to pay. Hey, oh dang man, that's messed up. Dang man, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Cause they don't care. It ain't them, and nor you can't embark your problems on nobody.
Yeah.
Like them at the end of the day are your situations that you got to learn how to deal with. But that's just the downside of mental health. But let's talk about some things that can help improve your mental health to help get you into a better a better like vibration. Put you in like a real good energy where you can be like, hey, you know what? Things are actually really starting to look up, and you're really starting to get your mental right.
All right, like I'll go over some of the symptoms, and then like you free Al to jump in whenever you want to cover a specific topic or whatever.
Okay.
When it comes down to this solution, like the solutions on like how to treat like bad mental health is like some people like to start a journal. Like I used to do that. Like I used to write down like stuff that I used to go through and like ways that I was gonna cope through it and deal with that particular problem. And number 2 is exercise. Like me, you, and Will can all relate to this.
Yes.
Like where like exercise get rid of a lot of issues, bro.
Yes, it does.
Like
It
even
helps.
it helps. Like especially when I went through like breakups and stuff like that. Like, oh, go to the gym. It'll help you. All right. So I'll go to the gym, and then like the more that you develop as far as like physically, it develops you mentally because now you're getting the compliments. Now you getting the physique. Now you getting stronger than everybody else.
Sir.
And with that, all of a sudden, that particular relationship becomes a distant memory.
For sure. And then also it's okay to spend time with yourself, because sometimes there's nothing like self-care. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I know that all too well. I do a lot of self-care, from, skincare routines to, getting my hair cut, or, maybe keeping your eyebrows shaped up, keeping your physical and mental health all together. Like it helps, because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you look good.
Yep.
Because it radiates from inside out. And then also, just really staying like motivated, like finding a particular goal and saying that I want to conquer this goal each and every single day. Like I'm going to keep going at it, keep being relentless at it, keep going at it until you reach that particular mountaintop of that goal. And then you can celebrate for the moment, but you got to quickly throw that out your head, G, and say, hey, you know what? Now I got to set new goals, because there's always more to do.
All right, then like we can go into like creating and maintaining a to-do list. Like this is pretty important, because like first of all, when you do a to-do list and you follow like all the steps to your to-do list, like basically it's going to distract you from whatever you was going through, and it's going to keep you focused on the task at hand.
Man, that's so true, because I like to say when you're doing like a to-do list, it keeps you, like you said, like it keeps you focused on the task at hand, but it also keeps you well structured, because then you like, okay, from this time to this time, I gotta eat breakfast. From this time to this time, I gotta, get my daily jog in. This time to this time, I meditate. Then from this time to this time, I get work done.
Yeah.
Whether you're working on a particular business of yours. Then from this time to this time, I'm trying to figure out how to generate more income. Then I go back to the gym. And most importantly, don't forget to throw rest in there. Because if you want to look young like me, you know what I'm saying? No, but like rest is extremely important. Like that's what helps me stay looking young. Because it's all about how you take care of yourself, how you eat, and just getting a proper rest that's helping your mental. And trust me, it'll keep you well structured.
And like also another solution to be like stop getting trapped into these digital vortexes.
Yes.
Which meaning like stop looking at social media, stop looking at anything on the internet that can get you in that state of mind.
Because like it's a trap.
Yeah.
It's a trap at the end of the day, because let's say I'm doing good. So at this point now, like I got my whole mental together, right? So let's say now I'm at a pretty good balance. Like now my vibration is at a pretty high rate. Then I can see something, Will just bought a new car, or a DJ just got $100,000 check, for an example. My whole mode go back down again. If I stay out of their business and mind my own, I'll be just fine. Like, it's a trap, and the reason why I say it's a trap because it makes it feel like you have to compete with the next person, or you measuring your life up to theirs, and you like, dang, man, I got to get on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't moving as fast as them, and they doing their thing, and I'm not. Like, no, slow down, my G. Take your time. You know what I'm saying? Your own pace, your own race.
Yeah.
Just chill.
Yeah, because like people will look at somebody doing what they're doing on the internet, and they'll try to mimic what they're doing. And they'll also look at it and be like, dang, they doing better than me. But really, you don't know what it took for that person to do to get to where they needed to get to. Or you don't know what that person is really going through. They might be putting up a front on the internet just to
Yes.
to show you like, oh, we living like this, we living like that. But really, they probably not really living like that.
Man, they probably got past due bills piling up.
Man.
Probably could barely pay the rent
Yep.
or they mortgage. You never know, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know who's really doing it and who's not really doing it. But that's just to say in so many words, though, man. Like, don't get trapped in the hype. Like, don't get trapped in feeling like I got to keep up with this person, or, man, my friend's doing this, and, man, like, I only got this right here, man.
Yeah.
Be satisfied with what you got. Because how they always say, the eyes of a man is never satisfied.
Yeah.
Like, like, he can have 100,000. He feel like he should have 200,000. Slow down, my G.
Mm-hmm.
He might be driving this. You might be just driving the hoopty. That's fine. Take your time. Stack your money up. Hey, look, I might can't get that particular fragrance that DJ got, or I might can't get that particular fragrance that Will got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I have to take my time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to, it's levels to this. First off, get your life in order, get your mental right. Stack money up, set goals, you know what I'm saying? Set realistic goals. And you can set playtime to the side. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We stack your money up for playtime. And then you can say, okay, you know what? I should be able to get this particular fragrance or whatever the case may be. You always want to build up your do's, needs, and wants. Like, I always call it the 70-20-10 rule.
Yeah. And then like also like going off of that, Al, like with the like people get trapped also when it comes down to like weight loss, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy like how many people like we see at the gym like that are like even if they're like we'll see a lot of people that's overweight, but you'll see a lot of people like that are in great shape but still think they're overweight because of what they watched on the internet, or what the internet perceived them as being skinny. Like, oh, I looked at the internet and they said if I'm 180 pounds, I should be at 8% body fat, and I'm at 13% body fat, so I got to go to the gym because of what the internet said. And that shouldn't always be the case. Like even them people that's like look like they're in good shape, probably really not in good shape because maybe they drink and smoke a lot. Like, you don't know what that person went through to get to the shape that they needed to get to. So that's why they look the way that they look, or that's why they're trying to portray a certain image on the internet to entice you, or like as a clickbait, try to get you to subscribe or something like that. Like, and it's not 100% true or accurate on how you should live your life.
And all these like false diets and these false ways of getting muscles and stuff, man, y'all gotta start listening to that, dirty. Like, y'all gotta start listening to that for real. Like, all you got to do at the end of the day is just watch it. It's basically like a calorie deficit. You just gotta watch your weight, man. Watch what you intaking and just burn out more calories. That's the simplest solution I always tell people. So to keep your mental health in balance, sometimes you got to stop worrying about what other people doing. Start watching their life. Start fantasizing about celebrities' lives, because they already where they want to be at. You trying to get to where you need to be at. And so, like, DJ, we talk about this all the time. People just got to stay in their lane and focus on them. Like, I'm not trying to hear about the last gossip about that celebrity or this celebrity, or, you know, like the news sometimes I feel like just puts you into a depression. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never really nothing good. It's always something like negative. You know what I mean? And which is like, you know, we need to hear about what's going on in our, you know, like in our communities and everything too. Please don't get me wrong, but dang, can we have some good sometime?
Yeah.
Can we say this kid just graduated from high school? This, you know, like shout out to all the seniors that graduated from college. Like, come on, man, give us something positive sometimes. Like that's and to me, I feel like that's another thing that's messing up people's mental health is watching too much news and social media and the negative stuff about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, but, you know, you just got to watch out for that type of stuff.
And then, like, also, you find healthy outlets for your emotions. Like we said with the above subjects before, with the journal and the exercise. And like, with that, you also, if you want to seek real help, like, go talk to a hotline, like that, or also eating better can also transform your mindset. It could change your mindset as well,
and your emotional state,
and your emotional state as well. But like when you want to seek help, like that, one of the healthy outlets to be like, go to a hotline, like talk to somebody, like somebody that's unbiased. And somebody that'll really just sit there and listen to your problems because that's what they get paid to do, is to sit there and listen to your problem. Go to a therapist, man. Like if you really need help like that, go to a therapist and seek the real help that you need. I know it's a little bit expensive, but like you can't put a price tag on like your mental health, bro.
No, like you can't.
Or go to support groups, man. Like if you got like a drinking problem or something like that, go to an AA meeting or something like that, man. Like get some real help, man. Or like go to a doctor, like really seek help with a doctor. Like I know some of them just prescribe stuff to you and send you on your way, but they will spend time and diagnose you because that's what they get paid for. Exactly. And then have some good friends and have like family that can also like play a part in like your recovery as well when you seek help.
All right, now cool, and I agree with everything DJ said. Now it's time for the Allen and DJ's final thought. Yo, DJ, what's the final thought that you want to tell the people?
All right, for me, man, like we're giving people our real experiences and stuff like that, and like even though we made it like a laughing matter at times, but mental health is really serious. And like, by no means are we doctors, or by no means we're therapists or anything like that. So we're not gonna diagnose you with like depression or anything like that based on like what we talked about. We're just giving you like a perspective on like what we did to solve our issues and ways to help you from like the state of mind that we're in. But like, if you really need help, and you go through any of these solutions and for some reason it doesn't like help you, it just doesn't help you, then go seek real help, man.
Oh, for sure.
Like go to a therapist for real, or go to a hotline, or go to a support group for real. Like by no means are we doctors. We're not trying to diagnose you or solve your problems in that type of way. Like we're not like expertise in that field.
Most definitely. And you know, I say my final thought for you is, if you're going through a toxic relationship right now, people who's like, you know what I'm saying, like not really helping you mentally, you know, they just here to just dog on you, mental abuse, physical abuse, all that stuff, man, get out of it. Because you'd be surprised, like, you can be so much more further ahead when you cut certain people off. Because I always say, if they ain't holding you down, they're slowing you down. And sometimes people are just afraid of being alone. And sometimes alone is good because it helps you out mentally. So I just want to say, if you in that bad relationship, cut it short, man. You don't got time for that. Like, there's somebody that's way better for you down the line. And I always say, get yourself together, focus on you so you can be better for the next person. And that's all we got for today. Get your mental health right. Get your mind right. Stay tuned. Y'all follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Allen Hutchinson, the Allen Hutchinson DJ show page. And follow us on YouTube at Allen and DJ Show. Y'all stay well, stay healthy.
Peace.